Hello, 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 dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. As always, guys, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. Sagittarius, this is your reading. And again, guys, these are general readings, so only take whatever applies and please leave the rest. We have this energy of reminiscing. You're looking at your past, you're looking at what you walked away from. And it's almost kind of like, this is not so much an energy of regret or anything like that. You're so, you're, I feel like crying right now because seriously, this energy is very overwhelming, but it's also kind of like it's kind of like this joyful type of energy. So whether it is that you walked away from a relationship, a job, a situation that was just no longer serving you, and it may have taken a lot. A lot of courage and a lot of planning to walk away from this. And while you were in the midst of this situation, whatever it is for you, you may have felt like there was no way out. You may have felt like you were never going to be free. And now you're kind of like at this moment just in a state of being grateful that you listen, in a state of being grateful that you were able to walk away from a situation that really felt like it was really destroying you, really felt like it was taking literally almost kind of like your life. And and for those of you that you may have not been in a specific physical situation where you may have felt like that, this can just be you yourself with your mind overcoming those blockages within yourself that were keeping you trapped. So there is definitely this energy of like looking back of where it is that you were and where it is that you are at now. And with this energy, you're finally allowing yourself to see yourself, to really see who you truly are and what it is that you truly want out of life. Because for a very long time, it almost felt like you were doing or living life based on what other people wanted for you. And now it's almost kind of like some of you are a little, there's definitely excitement, but there is also like kind of like this little fear of like, okay, how do I move forward, or where do I go from here? Again, if you got out of a relationship or you got out of a job that you were in for a very long time, when you move away from situations like that energy of something that is familiar, right, something that you're used to, and then it's no longer there, it's like there is an adjustment period, and you're being told to be gentle with yourself during this adjustment period. There's no need or no reason to rush through anything. There are a couple of things that you guys are going to be trying out. There is this newfound excitement for just wanting to think. It's so weird the way that it's coming in, because it's like finally something is done, and it's like because something has finished, because you have walked away from something, now you feel like you can actually begin to live your life. And it's beautiful, right? And especially if this is something that is internally like within yourself, right? If you're the one that have been blocking yourself, or you have been telling yourself like you couldn't do something, or telling yourself that you weren't worth it, or whatever it was, it's like you're finally overcoming that. And it's just a join, because like everything that I'm feeling right now, like literally is like in the heart space, but it's like this excitement, but it's also kind of like, whoa, what's next? Whoa, what's next? And it's like whenever you feel like that, when you're not sure what is next, don't give in too much to the energy of worrying so much, because that can bring in anxiety, right? And there's no need for you to be anxious regardless of whatever it is that you're going to do next. Instead, ground yourself in this moment in time and just be grateful for the fact that whatever it was that you had to walk away from, it is finally done and over with. And if you allow yourself to continue on listening to yourself, you are going to you're going to have clear messages or clarity as far as like what the next step is. So don't rush it, don't try to rush anything. And just really listen to your inner voice, what it is that it's trying to tell you, and have faith that everything is going to work out in your favor. And whatever it is that you have overcome and that you're reminiscing on finally getting out of that situation, whatever that may have been for you, just know that you don't have to go back there. You don't have to go back into that space. You don't have to go back into that situation. And it's over with, right? Sometimes when we walk away from certain things, we're kind of like looking over our shoulders to see if they're still behind us, right? Because it may have been something traumatic. It may have been something that was really, it really had you in a place where you couldn't even think straight. And you're being told, like, don't worry, that's done and over with. With the tarot, we have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. So you're being invited to go ahead and start planning. Go ahead and start planning, planning what it is that you want to do next, right? And know that you have everything inside of you already to go ahead and make it happen, right? And remember that regardless of whatever situation you walked away from, there were things that you learned within that space, right? There were things that you learned within that space that are now allowing you to really have a clearer look as to where it is that you're headed. And regardless of, again, whether if it was an abusive relationship or whatever it was, now there is more of a standard of what it is that you will allow and what you won't allow in your life. So let's go ahead and let's pull out a love energy card. The love energy is any type of relationship, romantic, platonic, self, and spirituality. You're having a really good week this week. We have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So when we talk about family issues, right, there's something here again that you have finally freed yourself from. And you may have done it maybe, out of anger. It may have, like, again, it took a lot of courage to walk away from whatever this is. And now is the part where you have to practice forgiving yourself. And I know that it says, as you forgive your parents or whatever, but it's almost kind of like you're needing to be reminded to forgive yourself. That you may have stayed in a situation, regardless of whatever it was, for longer than expected, longer than other people should have, could have, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is that you got out of it. So now you have to go ahead and allow yourself that space to forgive yourself and know that whatever you did or whatever you dealt with or whatever you accepted for such a long period of time, you did because that is all you knew. You didn't know that there was another way, or you couldn't figure out a way at that moment in time, and that's okay, because now that you have freed yourself from it. So let's go ahead and let's pull out a closing message. So we have a number 5. I search on the uprising wave of love. Love, right? When we focus on love, that love we give to ourselves, when we focus on taking care of ourselves, that is the only time that then we're able to externally give that to other people, right? So right now, the main focus should be on you. Right now, the main focus is for you to feel safe, for you to feel like everything is okay, like you got this, like you're taking care of yourself, and like you're gonna make it through, right? Right now is not the time for you to be worrying about everyone else, and I know that may sound selfish to some of you, but whatever it is that you have overcome, whatever it is that you came out of, there is this sense that right now it's more about parenting yourself, right? It's more about giving that love and that attention to yourself so that when you are ready to take that next step forward, you have that confidence within you that nothing and no one can stop you. Well, guys, that is all that I have. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Mwah. Love you all. Bye bye.